Hey, what's up, guys? Today I want to kind of go more into the pass defense and the stuff that we're going to kind of go over as far as your matching personnel. With dollar, you're going to go up against more tight and compressed sets. Um, I just feel as if, when they're obviously going to pass, more or less not likely to run, even though they might have a running back. Sometimes the runs in most tight formations aren't necessarily the best. They're more than likely they'll try to use play action and so forth and so forth. But I want to kind of go over a four-man blitz that I've been working on that is pretty deadly. You don't have to send a lot. You have great coverage, and it just gets through consistently. So the first play that we're going to go over is okie roll, and you can kind of get a combination of these rolling blitzes through, kind of using the same technique. But we're going to kind of go over the okie roll 3 first, and then we'll go from there. We can go up against some popular formations that people try. We'll go to the bunch tight end. We'll start with maybe the play action, and then I'll kind of use it against like some of the regular passing sets. Okay, so you got the PA boot over, and anytime that you're considering going against play action, you do want to make sure there's a contain on the field. Okay, so make sure that this hook curl over here is your user. Make sure you put the contain, and you want to contain the strong side here. Okay. And other than that, what you're going to do is you're going to take your user and you're going to sit him right behind this defensive end. And when he hikes the ball, you're going to run at the line and run across the line and go back into coverage. Okay, you're not going to engage. The big thing here is do not engage with an alignment. Just run in front of them. You can turbo run in front of them, and then just go back into coverage. Okay, so just pass commit. Also, I know this first play is not going to go exactly like I want it to, but we'll go choose a new play after this. Now I'll show you one thing that we need to do for better alignment. So as soon as he hikes the ball, it's tough at practice mode, but as soon as he hikes it, just kind of run across the offensive line. 3, 2, 1, and just like that, you're gonna get through. Okay, it's a four-man blitz. Not really having to send the house. I mean, it's not too technical. Okay. Only thing that I'm gonna make sure that you guys do is go to your coaching adjustments. Make sure anytime you're in a pass defense, make sure you have this man align on. Make sure you play ball, because you will get a lot of picks with this technique. Okay, and then just make sure that your slot corners, have great pursuit, good play recognition, and can tackle at least. Good change of direction helps. And other than that, we're going to go back into it. And then I'll show you against non-play action again. So let's just kind of show you the difference a little bit. Again, you're going to take this guy. You're just going to roll him across. Actually, you want to start him over here. This way it'll be a lot better. Contain, and then re-blitz the defensive end that's on this side, and he's going to get a 1v1. He's not going to get double teamed. Okay, so if he's a good edge rusher, this is going to be ideal situation for him. So if you have like a superstar defensive end with an ability, you can get him one-on-one versus a tackle. This is going to be great. Okay, so you just pass commit. Same thing, you're just going to roll across the line, and he's going to get hit every single time before the play even develops. So like, if you're worried about people just spamming, the PA, play action shots, this is going to be one of them defenses that you can put into your arsenal and defend everything. So you just, like I said, just come in here, roll across the line, don't engage with anybody, and you can drop back in coverage, and he's not going to have anything deep. One last thing before I do it one more time, just going to set contain, just like that. Just roll across the line, and you can drop back in coverage, cover everything deep. He's not going to have anything. Okay. Last but not least, I kind of want to get into what you need as far as personnel. I'm a big believer in you still need linebackers. Okay. So as far as depth chart goes, you want linebackers there. Some teams are more beneficial than the other because of the depth at linebacker. The Raiders specifically, because you have different types of linebackers. You got your power linebackers that you can use for your base defense, but you got your speed linebackers that you can use for your sub linebacker positions in your nickel and dime. It's important that you have linebackers in case you are dealing with runs, because they can block shed a lot better than a safety can. You just come in here because you don't want to get engaged with a lineman, and you know you're gonna get pancaked. Okay, so you just kind of come here. You know, you have better block shed. You know, not necessarily the best, but it's better than what a safety is gonna generally have. Okay, so it's just something that you guys should consider. You know, the slightly better block shed is be slightly better overall for you guys. Okay, but also just make sure these guys can tackle and they can hit. And other than that, man, let's go into a regular pass play. Alright, so back into the okie roll 3, and we're just going to go, you're going to use this like against different formations. Like you could use this against Trey Y flex. You can use it against empty, but in it's a little bit different in practice mode. I'm not going to use it in practice mode because the angles aren't necessarily going to give you what you want. So let's go tight slots. Alright, so same thing. You just kind of pay attention a little bit here as far as who you're going to do this with. I don't want to use her deep zone. I want to use her a hook. So this guy has to be over here, and I can just roll and drop to play that hook. So you just play contain, use it a backside, and then just pass commit. That's it. All you got to do. Just roll across the line. He's not going to have anything deep. He's going to take the flat. Now, if we want to take the flat away, we know he's going to the flat. You can just take this guy and the same thing. Just roll across the line. Put a contain, block, and then we can just use or roll him across and go play that curl flat. Make sure he doesn't engage with anybody. It's just like a little difficult in practice mode, timing it. Just roll across the line and play that. He's not really gonna have anywhere to go. Okay. And if they start rolling out with the quarterback, they're not really gonna have it. So like we could put the contain on that side and then hit triangle, triangle, and then just blitz on this side. But if the play is designed to go to the other side, he can't roll out to it. And then you just come over here and defend it like that. Look, he just gets, the pocket collapses. Okay, so you could be a little experimental with it. It's not easy making the CPU lock up like that. Okay, it's nowhere to go. I mean, he has a throw, but by the time he has a throw that even gets remotely close to being open, you can't throw it when the defensive end is pushing, you know, your lineman into the quarterback. He just basically, like I said, just gets collapsed. It's not necessarily, you don't have to have the best coverage on the field, as long as you got, you know, guys down the field and you're taking the majority routes away. So he's doing a little flood concept. I'm just kind of chasing the flood concept, and you get behind it. Okay, so let's go just against random plays, just so that you guys can get a good, nice idea. And like I said, this is going to be like against tight. You can actually use this against Trey Y flex if you know Let me see. Like a dagger concept, right? Again, put the contain. Most people would opt to roll out to, you know, a specific side, so you can kind of play with it a little bit. So if you know that you're just going to roll out to the left, you can contain the left. If you know they like rolling out to the right, you contain the right. Main thing is just taking away what they want. But we're going to start this way, and then, like I said, just roll, and then go find someone to defend in coverage. It's just, like I said, practice mode. Sometimes you gotta, you know, you gotta take that chance. Sometimes you go in a game and do it like that, you know, they're gonna be sitting, you know, on that dig route. You can go contain the other side, hit triangle, triangle, and then just blitz heavy on that side. Just use my single contain trick. And he's gonna be forced to dig it now, right? Because that's all that in my defense that I like to do is I do not like to give up big plays. This is without contain. Like I said, practice mode is timing it, because you want to expect as many linemen as possible. You see, I would normally just roll and take care of that dig route myself. And again, this is, you know, without necessarily, like, let's say we put, you're not gonna give me that option. It's fine. See, I could probably put a vertical hook there and put him in that inside third. I don't really have anything to worry about there. And I could put him in the outside third. You know, try to get a little bit creative with it as far as coverage wise versus what I know I'm going up against. Like I said, he's only gonna be able to dink and dunk. He's not gonna get anything deep. So we keep that philosophy in our defense, bend but don't break. Now, if we know he's just gonna sit there and do that the whole game, you could just always just put a spy right there. You know, just be creative. But as long as you guys get the idea of how it works, it's fine. What I could do, let's say I blitz him, and then I put the seam flat over there, and then I put him in more or less of a mid-read, you know. And same thing. You want to insert the same thing. This is just basically overload blitzing one-on-one. You just want to find the area that you want to kind of manipulate a little bit. Just kind of play around with it. You know, so it's just ways that you can kind of be creative. Let's put him in on hard flat. And blitz him. Do it like that. That way I don't have to roll all the way across, and because he's technically the edge, the last defender, and I got to worry about, you know, taking these other two off. So I could just come off like that. Well, obviously he'll think it done, but you know, yeah, as long as you guys get the ideas, and I think that this blitz, it will help you guys tremendously. You know, if we're worried about him just dinking and dunking, like I said, you just put him in man. It don't matter. You contain, and then just re-blitz. That way he's covered. Just run across the line. And like I said, he's practice mode. The nano detection starts. Like the AI gets smarter. That's why I don't want to spend too much time in here, and I'm not just gonna sit here and just back out and redo this. Just kind of want to show you guys how to do it. And I think this guys will help you in games tremendously. And again, appreciate you, man. If you're new to the channel, man, make sure you sub, as always. And if you have the ebook, man, hopefully this helps you out a lot.